And
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
In 1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust, the one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
Full practice, switch doctor, request immediate hot extract, take it on.
Here on the team, you know, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boats.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
That back deep in the shotgun.
Too much time.
Yeah, he did take too much time. That would be already the third penalty against Mariner, because and that was something that we were looking at going, what are they doing here? They kicked off, and the ball went to the 18, and Glacier Peak said, no, we want to try it again, and have them do it again. So that was a penalty, moved it back, and then they did the same thing, landed out of bounds at the 18, and they said, let's try that again. It forced Mariner to finally put it on the ground, and then they got a good return to the 47-yard line. There's an inside handoff.
Yeah, as a former, coach and head coach coaching high school, I mean, it's hard enough to, get your team to play right, but let alone start off with that many penalties and give yourself, 5 more yards for the drive. So cleaning up penalties is an important piece to making you having success.
Well, carrying the football that time was Vontae McSwain. And so that is a gain on that play. Actually, a loss of 3 yards as he handles it to get things started. So -3. It is second down, 13 yards to go. The ball's at the 34-yard line. And it looks like it's going to be a keeper this time. Smiles is going to get a little bit, just a couple of yards on that one, but it's not easy. Glacier Peak digs in, and it obviously has been very challenging for Mariner to score so far this year. And it just continues as they have now been outscored 105-0. Let's check and see here. We got a good crowd down below for Glacier Peak. They're all decked out, cowboy hats, all kinds of stuff as the cheerleaders getting them going. And it is going to be third down and 11 yards to go. The ball is spotted at the 36-yard line as they picked up the 2 yards that time. Oh, overthrown. Smiles misses on the pass attempt across the middle, which will bring up fourth down. So they're put into a punting situation very quickly. Fourth down, 11 to go from the 36-yard line. That's going to force Mariner to bring on the punting unit. And going in, we knew that Glacier Peak was going to make it challenging. And obviously, that is the case so far, just 3 minutes and 13 seconds into the game. But they put the pressure on, and really pretty basic play calling to get things started by Mariner.
Yeah, games like this, when you probably have the advantage, the most important thing is to clean up things, and as you're getting ready to get.
Let's get that on the punt.
Oh,
that's going to be Michael Darling taking it in a great return as he goes all the way down to the 20, 10, 5 into the end zone. Michael Darling coming through on the punt return right there. And there's Glacier Peak. Let's look to see if we see any laundry on the field. Don't see any out there. Is there something across the way?
Back here.
Yeah, there it is. It's right by the 38-yard line of Mariner. And it looks like Glacier Peak is walking back. It was an excellent return, but sometimes when that does happen, you're going to have to, we'll have somebody spring them loose to allow that to take place. Let's check and see if they're going to call that. The Glacier Peak over to the sideline.
Probably a block in the back is what
That's what I'm
think.
thinking too. Yeah, they're going to set the ball. At least he got to a good point there for first down to the 48-yard line of Mariner. He got it at the 32, so that would have been obviously a touchdown of 68 yards. Instead, it's a return of 20 yards. And so Glacier Peak will have it first down and 10 at the Mariner 48-yard line. They are already up 7-0, 8:31 to go in the first quarter here at Snohomish Veterans Memorial Stadium. Great handoff right there as Glacier Peak will pick up some positive yards. Carrying the football, Carlos Herman Bellin, and he is able to pick up 2 yards for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Yeah, the good little defense right there for Mariner. Hopefully they can keep that up. They have some good-looking kids. I mean, if this got to stay to their gaps and be disciplined and have a chance to stay in this game. Second down, 8 yards to go as the ball is set at the 46-yard line of Mariner. Nearest the far hash mark. Snap and getting the football. It's going to be a give. Great little play right there. Great run so far. Carrying the football is Isaiah Owens. Owens takes it. He's got the first down and down to the 31-yard line. So a gain of 17 yards for Owens. And that'll be the third first down of the game for Glacier Peak, the first of the drive. 7 minutes, 30 seconds to go as the clock is ticking here in the first quarter. And they've got the ball at the 31-yard line of Mariner. There we go, taking the snap is a quarterback, Lucas Entler, and he's going to pass over to the far side. That is going to be a completion, and we're now going to have a first down once again. Well, again, like I said earlier, execution at this point is the most important thing. Nice little roll for the half roll for the quarterback. The receiver ran the dig or the crossing route, hit him right in the open, right when they came off the edge. Didn't quite get the first down. They say he went down before that. So it's going to be second down and about a half a yard to go. Not much to go right here. Well, they got first. No, there they finally get it corrected on the scoreboard. All right, taking the snap. And now the pass is going to be complete to Jackson Hoff. And he's going to take it down, and there's a penalty flag at the 18-yard line, just at the 18-yard line of Mariner. That was a nice shuttle pass right there, making the catch, coming through actually Isaiah Olson getting the grab right there. And they're going to bring this one back. These officials are getting plenty of activity out there as Mariner has 3 penalties. Glacier Peak already with 2 penalties. And we're not even 5 minutes into the first quarter. Trying to get. Did you get the call on that down there? I think it was a holding. So they're going to call. Yeah, that's right. That is a hold. Second down. And it is a long 5 yards to go. Taking the snap, Entler. Entler's got some time. Puts it into the air. And the catch is made down there. Great catch. Making the grab will be Zachary Albright. Zachary Albright with the catch, as that is going to be a 28-yard touchdown pass. And Glacier Peak on the scoreboard once again with 6:52 to go. Watch this right here. Got plenty of time And then the route, he's got his, and not just as far as the route is concerned, but also the height advantage as well.
Glacier Peak's always had a lot of good tight end kids. They're just amazing. The Jensen kid a couple years ago, and this young man, and got some good players. Jensen's at Oregon State now.
28 yards on that one. Here's the extra point attempt. It is up, and it is good. So with 6:52 to go in the first quarter, it is Glacier Peak 14, Mariner nothing. This is STSPN.com and the Seattle Sports app.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Welcome back. It is 14-0. Glacier Peak on top. 6:52 to go in the first quarter. They have scored on their first two drives rather easily. There's no doubt about that. Luke Antler just looking fantastic at quarterback, and he has really spread it out as this time he comes up with a touchdown to Zachary Albright, and that's a 28-yarder as he had plenty of time to look for his receiver, Albright, who is 6'4", and another very strong tight end from Glacier Peak High School. There we go. It's taken and dropped at the 20-yard line. You better get on that football. Looks like
special teams in high school can always be a little bit of a risky business.
Yeah, that is exactly right. So that is going to be setting the ball down at the 20-yard line. It looked like he had the wind knocked out of him as Mariner will set their offense on the field for the second time. They're already looking at a steep climb as they've lost 42-0 to Cedro Woolley on opening night 2 weeks ago, and then 56-0 at Linden. Both losses on the road. It's just been a tough stretch. Now, it doesn't get any easier because next week on the 27th, they play against Lake Stevens, defending two-time state champions, at home. That, no matter where that's played, it can be played on Mars. It's not going to be an easy task.
Well, Lake Stevens too is not in a good mood. They're on a rare 0-2 start.
Yeah, so. Exactly. They've lost some players, and with how it's gone, that has got you going to have you all worked up right there.
Now, in defense of Lake Stevens, they've played some really good football teams the last 2 weeks. So Bellevue last week, so they've definitely taken on some good teams.
Okay, so that is a loss of 2 yards. It's going to bring up second down. Carrying the football that time for Mariner is the primary back for them, Monty James, a 5'8" junior. And it's going to be second down, 12 yards to go with 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Ball at the near hash mark, taken by Smiles. Smiles feeling pressure. He gets and works out of it there. Going to be going down at the 29-yard line. I think that 24-yard line, as he's going to pick up 6 yards on the play. He's carried the ball a couple of times, but every time they look, there's a Glacier Peak player right in their face. It's going to bring up third down, 6 yards to go, as the ball is at the 25-yard line of Mariner. So just little bits of gains here so far. No pass completion. Smiles is 0 for 1 so far in passing. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right on the third down and 5. As the ball is marked at the 25-yard line. Smiles dancing around a little bit. Here's heavy pursuit by a couple of Glacier Peak players. And out of the pocket, he just throws it out of bounds. Not much he could do right there.
Yeah, he's going to give him intentional.
Are they going to give him a flag?
Yeah.
Yep. Didn't quite get out of the box there as he goes and tosses the ball to the sideline. And they're going to give him a flag. This will be the 4th penalty of the game against Mariner for a total of 20 yards.
Well, here we go. Punt formation. We'll see if they can. They're going to do it again.
Last time when there was the punt, and the punt was done by Mohammed Jaitai of Mariner, it was taken and run back, but there was an illegal block in the back, which only made it a 20-yard game as compared to a 60-yard, 8-yard touchdown. Well,
Glacier Peak should end up with some pretty good field
they're going to
position.
end up with great field position right here. Glacier Peak will have Luke Fullerton back. He's the nearest player to us. Also back for the Grizzlies is Darling.
It's out at about the 30.
Yeah. There is Glacier Peak getting great field position once again. The ball is going to be about the 30-yard line, and obviously backing things up for Mariner quite a bit here in the early going is you can see the mismatch between these two teams.
Yeah. Well, when the recipes your special teams are struggling, your offense can't have quick answers, and your defense is porous. It makes it for rough to make a game plan to be successful. But kids are out here trying to compete, so that's the least got to give them credit for that.
First down, 10 yards to go for Glacier Peak as they start their third possession. Near hash mark, Lucas Entler, who's just been in command so far in the early going. Everything has been flowing right, not just for him, but he's had great protection up front. And that's a nice looking play as he counters back the other direction. And carrying the football will be Francis Crocker. Crocker's handled it a couple of times so far in this game.
Yeah, you can see the game plan with GP is just to be really good at the base plays that they try to run and be successful. And
9-yard gain on that one. It's going to bring up second down, 1 yard to go, as the ball will be set at the 21-yard line. Neither team has used a timeout so far. No real need to, as they each have 3 up on the board, and Glacier Peak with the 14-0 lead, trying to keep it immaculate as to scoring on every one of their drives. Entler shifts a little bit, now set to go. There's the snap. And he's going to go with the pass over to the right side. That's Jackson Hopp with the catch. And he's got plenty for a first down right there. Takes the ball down, and that's going to be to the 7-yard line. A gain of 17 yards. It's just been a great performance for Entler so far. He is 6 for 6 in passing. It's going to be first and goal. 6 first downs for Glacier Peak as they have the ball set at the 7-yard line. Fumble. That one comes loose. But Entler's able to get back on it. And they'll lose, looks like 5 yards on the play. It's going to go back to the 12-yard line. Second down, 7 yards to go. It's that time of night. Now, as a football player, how much are you affected by, with the lights right on here now and the sun going down, kind of dusk-like out there? The field surface looks shiny to us from here, but it might have a different appearance down there on the field, as, again, it's showing some wear out there on the turf.
Yeah, usually the kids adapt pretty good, change it.
From the 12-yard line, there's Entler with the play fake. Does a 360, goes and makes a completion right there. That is going to be a great catch by Nolan Andall, who is a senior and one of his favorite targets. It's now third down and short. The ball marked at about the 1-yard line. So third and goal as Glacier Peak knocking on the door to bring it in one more time. Near hash mark, man in motion through the formation from the shotgun. There's Entler. Entler is denied the end zone. That's a great triple tackle right there by the Mariner Marauders as those three blasted through there, just held their ground, got the job done. He's stacked up at the goal line, so no gain on that one. Fourth and goal from the 1-yard line. Entler looking to the sideline, and their running game not used as much as the passing game. They've been going to the air quite a bit as he's 6 for 6 in passing. With those 2 touchdown passes, one to Luke Fullerton, one to Zach Albright.
Empty.
Okay, he's emptied the backfield. There's a pass across the middle. They made it look easy.
Yeah.
Once again, making the catch
Great.
will be Zachary Albright. So call that from a long 1 yard out, and he's got his second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, great pass pro from the Glacier Peak kids. I mean, the quarterback can sit in there a lot long and be able to wait that long on the route. That's a great job by the offensive lineman, especially in high school.
Now Glacier Peak up to a 20-0 lead with 1:22 to go in the first quarter, and a player banged up for Mariner. That is Ilya Gravoski. Hopefully he'll be okay as he's kind of shaken up, and Mariner trainer out there working with him. On for the extra point is going to be Kaya Anderson. Anderson is 2 for 2 in extra points so far. Glacier Peak already with 3 touchdowns here in the first quarter, and 1:22 left to go. Hold coming from Isaiah Olson. Olson's out there quite a bit involved in the action. This one's taking a little time. I think they want to get that, make sure that player's okay over on the sideline, get him off the field, and then go for the extra point here. Glacier Peak off to a great start to try to run their record to 3-0. Here comes the kick, and almost blocked right there, but he gets it in there for the extra point, so it is 21-0. Glacier Peak just pounding on Mariner so far with 1:22 to go in the first quarter on STSPN.com and the Seattle Sports app. We'll return with more. All right, we're back live. Lucas Entler now with 3 touchdown passes in the game. 1:22 to go in the first quarter, and Glacier Peak is on top 21-0, and that's where they've been so effective. Glacier Peak has with the passing. He is 7 for 7 in passing, and just those routes and with the size of the players as far as height is concerned, and with the turnout for Mariner, 26 players on it.
Yeah.
Not a great amount to choose from out there.
Yeah.
So they're going to get going once again. They'll have the football at the Mariner 35-yard line, as this first quarter has been all Glacier Peak. Not that surprises us with how the teams were coming into the game, and the experience of Lucas Entler, who was a second-team WESCO last year. Again, 4A WESCO competition here. Mark Aucutt and Scott Liago bringing you the action, and that is going to be Smiles with a little bit of a play fake, but he doesn't get much of anything on that one.
The really frustrating
2 yards on it, almost 2 yards.
Yeah, the frustrating thing too is you kind of look at the kids they do have at Mariner. They got 300-pounders, 285 guys. I mean, they've got some girth. Just getting them to work in a positive manner.
Yeah, and you can have returning players too, but it depends on what level of their skills are, and how much experience they have as well. But obviously, the more you can get in that time out there, the more valuable it's going to be. But these are also hard to take too when you're getting beat up this much. And it's going to be Smiles keeping the football. He got a nice lead tackle right there to take it up to the 40-yard line. Yeah,
and it also helps, to be honest with you, a program like GP, who has a great youth theater program, and building those things and creating the numbers and those types of things. That's the most important thing to building strength in your thing. Obviously, Lake Stevens has a great, feeder program.
2 seconds, 1, and we're at the end of the first quarter. Our score at the end of 1, Glacier Peak 21 and Mariner nothing. This is STSPN.com and the Seattle Sports app. Back with the second quarter coming up.
Hey there, laddie. Do you have a fallen tree or a forgotten log? Do you have some old wood planks that'll have a story you'd like to tell? Great. They'll mill it, prepare it, and finish the wood for your unique project. Let them take your storied old wood and turn it into a world-class piece of art. Grit, handcrafted, is something that will be treasured for a lifetime.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
Back here live at Snohomish Veterans Memorial Stadium on a great night as we're nearing the start of fall, of autumn. Don't want to see this summer weather go away. It's been fantastic. As we're in the second quarter, it is third down, 5 yards to go. They're right in front of us. Marauders trying to get their first down of the game. Glacier Peak with 7 of them so far as they're up 21-0. Mark Aucutt, Scott Liago on STSPN.com and the Seattle Sports app. Heavy pressure on that time, as no question that Smiles was going down in a big loss, a 10-yard loss, which will bring up 4th down.
Well, the frustrating thing is for that hit, the quarterback is there's not a quick answer. They're looking, running deeper routes, and I would just say just try to get something on the edges and try to get the ball out quick.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of options to go with right there. I know he's gone to Monty James a couple of times in the running situation, but James has lost each time 3 yards and then 2 yards. And now they're put into the punting situation. 2 men back deep for Glacier Peak. The one nearest to us is Michael Darling. And then over further is Luke Fullerton, who scored the first touchdown of the game. And again, this goes in quick order as it goes out of bounds, and Glacier Peak will have excellent field position again at the 44-yard line. I'm so happy to be involved with SeattleSports.com. You can listen and watch tonight's game on the Seattle Sports app and SeattleSports.com. Download the Seattle Sports app to listen to Brock and Salk, Bump and Stacy, and Wyman and Bob on demand. Also play-by-play action of the Seahawks, Mariners, select STSPN Friday night high school football games. Download the Seattle Sports app for iOS or Android in your app respective store today. 1st and 10 for Glacier Peak, their 4th possession. They have scored on all 3 so far, and it's a give straight up the middle. Carrying the football for the Grizzlies will be a strong one. That's Kai Brooks, 6-foot junior. He gets a great gain right there, just short of a 1st down, a little over 9 yards for Brooks. Now that'll bring up 2nd down and less than a yard to go. And they work in a different tool out there, a different aspect if they've gone to the air so much.
Yeah,
they've used 4 different receivers out there.
That's what you're trying to do in these types of games when you're in control and you just
Yeah, 2nd down and 1 yard to go. Great carry again. With the football is going to be Kai Brooks. Brooks has easily got the 8th 1st down of the game for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Takes the ball from the 47-yard line and down to the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 15 yards. He's been effective with those 2 carries. 1st and 10 for Glacier Peak.
Yeah, the young kids might want to start stretching here at halftime. They're going to get a little action in the second half, so it'll be good for them to get the youngsters in the program.
Ball's at the 32-yard line. Under 10 minutes to go as the clock is moving pretty quickly here in the second quarter at Snohomish. And now it looks like they just weren't quite on the same page.
Yep.
So a timeout is going to be called by Glacier Peak. This will be their first timeout used in the first quarter. And so we're sitting at 9:39 to make that the second quarter and first half. 9:39 to go in the second quarter, and Glacier Peak's on top, 21-0.
Yeah, they.
Yeah, we're on a break right now.
Good.
Seattle Sports on 710 is your radio home for the Seattle Mariners.
Back, and over the wall for a home run.
Every home run, every strikeout, every Mariners win.
Swing and a miss and a slider, strike 3, and it's over.
And catch the game on your smartphone. Download the Seattle Sports app to stream the radio broadcast of every Mariners game.
Goodbye, baseball. A walk-off 2-run home run.
Seattle Sports is your home for the Mariners.
Welcome back here to the broadcast on STSPN.com and Seattle Sports. Here's the handoff. Straight ahead now, once again, carrying the football, and it's been working. Coming through is Kai Brooks. Brooks keeps going, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. 32 yards for Kai Brooks. Does it again. It was just a huge part of this drive. Look at that. Makes it look easy as he goes into the end zone. He's a good, strong guy at 6 foot, 180 pounds, and just a junior.
Good running back. Good looking kid.
So 9:28 to go, and I'll tell you, within less than 15 minutes of play time, they've already got a 27-0 lead, soon to make it 28-0 if he connects for the extra point. And again, on for the extra point is Kaya Anderson. And the hold from Jackson Hoff. It is good. He is 3 for 3, 28-0, 9:28 to go in the first half, and Glacier Peak in total command of things. This is STSPN.com and the Seattle Sports app. Okay, we're back here live. 9:28 to go, first half. Glacier Peak on top, 28-0. Definitely what we were expecting is that Glacier Peak was going to take charge, and it really started with that unique start with the 3 tries to finally get that kickoff to get started, where they just kept moving the ball back with the penalties against Mariner, and then finally there it came.
I coached 30 years in high school, and I've never seen a start of a game.
Yeah, that was really something. Glacier Peak to kick off. It's on the ground, on the turf, and it's going to be picked up the 28-yard line. Carrying the football is going to be Monty James, who returns it. He gets it back to the 37-yard line, and that's where Mariner will get started. This is their 4th drive of the game, and obviously looking at the score, it has been unsuccessful for them. They do not even have a first down as of yet. Nope, they don't have one. We've talked about conversions right here. Yeah, so you've got how many got? There's been no 3rd down or 4th down conversions.
Yep.
They punted, or Glacier Peak has already put it into the end zone.
Yeah.
The Mariners already punted, or Glacier Peak has already put it in. So the person pretty much right down in front of us at the 37-yard line. Smiles at quarterback, the sophomore. Kind of a low snap, goes to the air, and he's got a completion over there.
There you go. Simple little play.
Now in that case, what is he looking at that to try to make happen?
Just trying to get the receivers to push the linebackers out, and if they cover those guys, you just dump it to the back and let him get 5 yards. Basically, it's a long handoff.
That's going to be a 4-yard gain. 2nd down, 6 yards to go. A little something right there. Just Smiles has been very much involved in what's going on. It's just trying to get more of those teammates of his just like what happened there with the completion. Runs out of the pocket a little bit. Nice catch.
There you go.
That grab is going to be by Tobias Alexander, who now picks up a couple of them. Alexander taking it up, gets another 3 yards on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd down, 2 yards to go, as the ball will be set at the 45-yard line.
I'm nervous, and I'm not even the coach. I'm just trying to see if they can get the first down.
Third down, 2 yards to go. Ball is marked. Make that 2nd and 2 to go. Now they don't have it set. We got to get that corrected there. It is 3rd down and 2.
Guys.
3rd down and 2. We're getting it right. They got it down there on the chains right. Completion. That time the pass going to a player that's not listed on a roster. That will happen once in a while. We've had actually, Mariners had a couple like that. So we just roll with it.
Yeah.
I just say, well, first week of the season, it's not the first week or the second week of the season anymore. 3rd week, we just got this roster today. We'll go with it.
4th and 6.
Want to thank our sponsors like Bickford Ford, Mike and Jason Bickford. Home Comfort Alliance, serving Snohomish and King County. We got a timeout called on the field. And that is called by Mariner. 7:22 to go in the first half. And Glacier Peak is on top 28-0.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
Full practice, switch doctor, request immediate hot extract. Take it on.
Here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boats.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
We're back here at Snohomish. Glacier Peak High School home game, 4th down. And there's another flag. A little bit of a break on that. That is a procedure call, and it's going to move the ball back 5 yards. So now that's going to force Mariner into a punting situation. 4th and 11 it will be, as the ball will be set at the 36-yard line. Glacier Peak going to get a 5th crack at it as they'll send the same 2 guys back, Michael Darling and Luke Fullerton. They've been their deep men throughout tonight with the number of punts that Mariners had. Mariners had 5 punts, fair catch call for. Oh, that's a problem. Another flag right there. He was up in his grill.
Yeah.
And that one deflects away, but that's going to be a penalty against Mariner. And again, you just see some of their inexperience coming through out there on the field right now. So Glacier Peak's going to get it. It's just going to be moved up a little further. It's going to start off at the 45-yard line. Still a little daylight out there, as you can see on your television screen. Yeah, nice crowd down below. A lot of students supporting, coming across from across the valley there. And I tell you what was beautiful, too, is the amount of corn they're growing out here in the Snohomish Valley. Unbelievable. They got different places for corn mazes, and you can buy plenty of fresh corn on the cob out here. That's part of the fun of coming over here. Not only seeing the Friday Night Lights, but also the wonderful natural farm setting of the Snohomish area. It's beautiful up here.
Yeah, like you said, when you opened it up, coming down over Saddle Hill, seeing the only light on town.
That was literally it, yeah.
My first time ever coming to coach here at Snohomish, I was the same effect, come walking, driving in, and actually I coached, my first game was against Dick Armstrong, who the stadium's named after, so
yeah.
I'm not going to age myself, but I just did with that comment. So
big statue of him out front as you enter the stadium here. Long-time coach for Snohomish. I think it was 32 years he coached here. Coached for the state titles in 76 and 78. He was a legend in granite, as they call it. That guy was bigger than he's going to just keep carrying the football and then dump one off to the far side, just getting away from Mariner players. I think that's the first pass he's had an incompletion on, 7 for 8. And now we've got 2nd down and 10.
They're not used from this coaching from this position. They're usually ahead of the sticks on this. They're usually on a 2nd and 1.
Yeah, they've just been moving the ball extremely well in this first half.
Well,
well,
I hate to see this, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, and again, like you say, they bring them up through their feeder program, and just a tradition that this football team has had, the school has had with football right from the inception in 2008. You had Rory Rosenbaugh, who was the longtime coach here, then went down south at Union to become the head coach and athletic director, then back here, and we're all real happy to have him back here as athletic director.
Yeah.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 yards to go. Now, Glacier Peak spends a fair amount of time looking at the sideline, getting the plays brought. It's great for a team photo right there. 3rd and 5. And 2 wideouts to each side. One lone back next to the quarterback, and that's Isaiah Owens. Antlers going to the air and just misses for the intended receiver over there. That's going to bring up 4th down. So, okay, this is their first 4th down situation as they go 0 for 1. Oh, yeah, over on the side there. They're going for their first 4th down, it looks like, up 28-0. What do you do right here?
Yeah, to be honest with you, at this point, you just go for it.
Well, yeah. I mean, but what kind of anything you're thinking about play-wise there?
Oh, I probably simple routes, probably slant routes. Just get to the sticks. Try to get the first.
Antler goes to the air. Yep. There he is, very close, but not quite.
Yep.
So they come up a little bit short. Antler certainly did his part, but so did Mariner as they forced the turnover on down. So let's give their defense some credit out there as they get the job done. And now it's going to be the Marauders taking over. They'll have the football at their own 40-yard line, trailing 28-0. So now the tally is they've been outscored 126-0. You can only go up from there.
Yeah.
And for Glacier Peak, they've outscored their opponents now 88-20. As we have a half and half a quarter to go.
Yeah, I'm not. If they don't score in this game, I'm not sure if they're going to do it next week.
It's going to be tough going up against Lake Stevens.
Yeah.
Okay, 1st and 10. Let's see if they can string some things together here. Try to get that 1st down. Smiles, little pitch up ahead. Yeah, not any room right there. Goes down quickly. Has great just coverage, no doubt about it. The quick pitch in front of him right there, no gain on the play.
Yeah, that play is just, it's got to be a bang-bang where the kid's running across, you flip it to him quickly, you just got to outrun the defense, and that's, he's paused and ends up with a 0 gain.
Yeah, inches of that, but he gets out, he's out to just inside the 41-yard line of Mariner. And they'll have the football with the 3 guys in the backfield, including the quarterback. And it looks like it's going to be, Smiles pitches off and then gets taken down. And a loss of about a 1/3 of a yard. Now it's going to bring up 3rd down. And literally 10 yards to go right here. You see that he goes with the option there, but it's just a slow developing play. And Kenneth Moore goes down.
Well, one of the great things you'll find out is how good your defense is and how well you defend the option. Offense is, you got to take every single play, the pitch, the dive, the quarterback, and it shows your discipline in your defense. So good job by GP.
Smiles again, goes to the air. He sees a man downfield. I think that's going to be intercepted. Yes, that's the case. Getting the pick down there for Glacier Peak is Isaiah Olson. Olson has been a definitely an omnipresent force out there in a number of ways. Look at that. He played it and just turned in perfectly to make the interception down there. So that's the first turnover of the game for either team.
Confirmed the call.
Yeah, he came through very well to make the play.
Yeah.
And Glacier Peak will have the football, 4:30 to go, as you see here in the first half. Mark Aucutt, Scott Liago on ESPN.com and Seattle Sports app. Other games taking place tonight, Arlington and Jackson, Cascade at Everett, and you've got Meridian at Kamiak. Meridian's from up north. With Glacier Peak coming on, this will be their 6th drive in the game. Last time they went for it on 4th down and didn't get it done, and then ended up turning it over on downs to Mariner. I don't think they were too worked up about that with a 28-0 lead. Oh, there's a flag. That came pretty quick from the backfield.
That'll probably be legal procedure. Somebody left a little bit early.
Glacier Peak's had a couple of penalties so far in the game.
Little orbit motion by the wide receiver coming back to the QB and trying to make a little run play out of it.
Glacier Peak has scored 3 touchdowns, their first 3 on passing plays. It was Luke Fulverton making the reception on the first one, and then Zach Albright on the next 2. And then a running touchdown for Kai Brooks of 32 yards. And that was with 9:28 to go here in the second quarter. So for the way the trend was going, look out. There's a big run right there with Glacier Peak carrying the football. Francis Crocker, and Crocker's going to get almost to the end zone, goes down inside the 5-yard line. Now that was coming up now after the procedure call on a 1st and 15 from the 23-yard line. Now they're going to bring this one back too. It looks like
they are.
It's hard to pick up with the reflection and the shine on the field out there. It's hard to see where that is, but just by watching the players, they're going to be heading back, and probably an illegal block in the back like we saw earlier on that punt return.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold. There's actually a hold. Okay. That it would either be that or what I was just mentioning, as to that's usually what's going to bring a play back of that nature. So they were at 1st and 15 from the 23, and they'll reset it there once again. Mariner in South Everett, just across the way from us here. If you stay on coming down Seattle Hill Road, that if you go back up that way, that'll take you to Mariner High School on 128. There's actually several if you go on that route there. Glacier Peak, and then you got Archbishop Murphy, Jackson, and then Mariner.
Yep.
Now this is taking it way back. It's going to be 1st and 26. The ball is marked on the 12-yard line. 12-yard line. And if he's trying to curl around, carrying the football is Michael Darling. Darling from the 12. He's got a great hole and bursts ahead. Look at this. All the way down into the end zone. That is an 88-yard touchdown play as he broke loose. We'll look at the replay coming up. But Glacier Peak now on top, 34-0.
Yeah, that's the same play that Merritt tried to run a little while ago, and that's the difference.
Wow.
He gets him just coming across. He goes, as soon as he hands it to him, and he just takes off, and the defense is in chase position.
We will have highlights coming up at halftime, but that just looked fantastic as he cut across the field and then just took a left turn and just outran him.
Yep. Makes your offensive coordinator look good. He ran a couple plays.
Kai Anderson will come on for the extra point. They switch holders. Isaiah Olson's doing it this time. Kai Anderson is 4 for 4 on extra point attempts so far, and knocking on the door to 35. 35 is the mercy rule, but you can't start that until the second half. As the kick is good, and it is 35-0. 3:57 to go here in the second quarter on STSPN.com and Seattle Sports app. I got to text this. Back to live action here, 35-0, 3:57 to go in the second quarter. It has just been all Glacier Peak as we suspected it would be. They still got a chance to get the ball back.
Yeah.
That one is on the turf, picked up at the 13-yard line. Frustration. As he's taken back after picking up a gain, and now Mariner will try it once again. This is their 6th possession of the game, and they still do not have a first down in it.
Yeah, that was frustrating when they were literally 3rd down, 2 yards to go, and they ended up kicking it 4th and 11. So, not the way you want to go.
Ball set at the 22-yard line of the Marauders. Beach team has taken a timeout. Glacier Peak scored 21 points in the first quarter and 14 here so far in this one. Mostly, yeah, he ran into a wall there, somehow bounced off of it, and is going to get a little bit
the nose
of
guard,
a loss, as
the
it
nose
turns
guard
out.
From
that
Glacier
hit.
Peak is just pushing.
Go ahead. Yeah. It's just been Glacier Peak just putting up a wall virtually every time. Now, Smiles has gone to the air a couple of times. He has one pass completion, but it's just been a really tough go for him. He's basically had to do it all himself, really.
Yeah.
And that's not to put his teammates down. It's just Glacier Peak has been in such great coverage that they have shut every lane off, every pass possibility. And he hasn't really been able to think long. And when he did, he threw that interception. A short well ago. There you go.
First down.
There's Smiles. He's finally got that first down.
There you go.
Going to get about 15 yards out to the 37-yard line. Takes it from the 21. Let's give him 16 on that one. Now, Smiles gets the job done. Like we said, doing so much himself, and he's able to get him that first down.
Well, he's a sophomore, so, future and get him some experience. Get some kids around him next couple of years and see what we can do.
8 first downs for Glacier Peak, now just 1 for Mariner, but they worked hard for it. 2:40 as you see to go in the first half. I do a little something to get their confidence up some after the tough start that's taken place. Smiles going to go to the air, and he's going to overthrow his intended receiver down there.
Unfortunately, I think we're coming back 15 more yards.
Yep, there is a flag over at the 33-yard line. Mariner now would have 7 turnovers or penalties in this game. They'll move it back, so it just another one of those situations where you just can't buy a break.
Yeah.
8 o'clock, you are listening to STSPN.com and the Seattle Sports app. Well, WESCO 4A, with, like I said, the games going on earlier, that we'll see if we can get any scores coming through here. .222 to go. Ball's at the 27-yard line. And Smiles trying to run out of trouble right there. It's going to be a completion.
Good job.
Yeah. Coming through that time with the catch for Mariner. Another guy they don't have listed. It happens, folks. There's now that's 4 we've been looking for that they might have called up from JV.
Yeah, well, or then in the situation they're probably in, anybody that comes on the program, they're just bring
go ahead, take a uniform, go ahead and suit up, and you're ready to go.
We'll put you on the roster next week.
Yeah. Time ticking down here as it's 2nd down and 12 yards to go. We'll have the selection of player of the game once we wrap up today, brought to you by Adrenaline Fundraising. Oh.
Well, they were
just
lucky there.
No question about that is the pitch. And the runner taken down very quickly by Glacier Peak.
Yeah, I don't think the kid knew the ball was coming from him.
It's going to be 3rd down, 14 yards to go. Ball will be at the 33-yard line. Glacier Peak just looks like Goliaths out there on the field.
Yeah.
There are some, good-sized guys for Mariner, but Glacier Peak just, that their body language and swagger that they've earned is certainly with the start they've had this season and what they've done in this game. Very focused, very disciplined out there. Smiles feeling the heat once again, trying to get out of it, get some yardage. There he goes, getting close, and looks like he's got another 1st down. Good work.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of big gains.
Well, the big difference I see, to be honest with you, is the Mariner kids, and this is not
another flag.
Yeah.
Just choking this thing with all those flags they've been dealing with out there. Very unfortunate.
You can tell the Glacier Peak linemen have been in the weight room. They're really fit.
Yeah, that's
big kids,
the thing.
They're fit and in a lot better shape. And
they're used to playing at a definite next level and carrying that on from year to year. That's going to move the ball back. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 yards to go as the ball will be at the 37-yard line of Mariner. And the clock running as we near halftime. At halftime, as we get close to coming back, we will have highlights from the first half and set the stage for the second half. I'm not sure what kind of stage we're going to be able to build with it being a one-sided game like this. That's going to be thrown out of bounds. Chasing after the football was Monty James. Now 4th down for Mariner. Might as well just go for it. What would it hurt? I mean, that's going to run the clock down there to get. I don't think Glacier Peak is going to even get it back. Even if they get it back, are going to do much of running a play on it. So a one-sided game, folks. Wish we could provide some more offense for Mariner right here, but that's beyond our powers. But like Scott said, they're just working hard out there trying to gain experience, and Glacier Peak just going about their business. That's going to go out of bounds on the punt with 5 seconds to go. That ball being in the air took about 3 seconds off the clock. And so it'll be now Glacier Peak. This is their 7th possession of the game. And a 35-0 score.
Yeah, I think they're going to be in the take a knee position.
It's about all you can do at this point in time. The band coming out for Glacier Peak High School.
One of the most important things is showing sportsmanship and handling things in the right way.
8:05 in the evening, and you can still see just a very slight trace of daylight. I love that because it means that the days still aren't getting really short, super short, like around the November, December, or January months. Quick turnaround. Look at this.
Boy.
Wow, look at the speed right there. Into the end zone.
Well, there goes the take a knee thought.
Yeah, forget that. They got it done. They said, okay, we'll get one more. Holy smokes. That was a 59-yard touchdown run. And carrying the football that time for Glacier Peak was Isaiah Owens. So let's add him to the scoring brigade, and it is now 41-0 as they go for the extra point once again. 41-0. Glacier Peak is on top. No time left on the clock here. And they've just chipped away at it very methodically. 3 scores, all touchdowns in each quarter. Kick on the way.
Well, there's nothing worse when you got one
He's
guy
having a career night. Go ahead.
One guy's a bruiser, and the next guy's got a lot of speed.
That'll do it. It's halftime. Yeah, you're right. 42-0, and it's time to take a break. It's 42-0 at halftime as Glacier Peak goes in, and they can go with the running clock for the rest of the game once we bring everybody back. There's Roy Rosenbaugh, the now second-year athletic director here at Glacier Peak High School. And we'll go ahead and have those players head in, and we'll take a break. Come back with highlights right before the start of the second half. This is STSPN.com, STSPN Football, and the Seattle Sports app.
In 1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust. The one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
The future is threatened by enemies often unrelenting,
Marines, get these people out of here.
It's gonna be all right.
unexpected, and unpredictable.
Stay alert, Marines.
In the midst of an uncertain and evolving world, the need for Marines to defeat these shifting threats is critical.
Enemy drone down.
Because the need to ensure stability for our nation has never been greater.
Sending coordinates now.
When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant. Marines.
Hey there, laddie. Do you have a fallen tree or a forgotten log? Do you have some old wood planks that'll have a story I'd like to tell? Great. They'll mill it, prepare it, and finish the wood for your unique project. Let them take your storied old wood and turn it into a world-class piece of art.
Come with us. The new generation. The next level. Sending it big.
You're in for a good run. Let's go.
Come with us to the track, to the trails, to the slopes, to the surf, to the fight, to the race. Look at this! To the 4 a.m. starts, training harder, pushing further, hitting back, hard. To the fans, to the followers, and the haters. Come with us to the blood, to the sweat, and the broken bones. Cue rehab. We never quit. We never give up. We take control. To the world titles. To the world's first. The world's best.
UFC strawweight champion.
Come with us. We're just getting started.
It's going to be so much fun. I promise you.
Seattle Sports on 710 is your radio home for the Seattle Mariners.
Back, and over the wall for a home run.
Every home run, every strikeout, every Mariners win.
Swing and a miss and a slider, strike 3, and it's over.
And catch the game on your smartphone. Download the Seattle Sports app to stream the radio broadcast of every Mariners game.
Goodbye, baseball. A walk-off 2-run home run.
Seattle Sports is your home for the Mariners.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do-It-Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Finds a seam down the sideline. Skip past 10, 5, touchdown, second one of the night for Elvig. Takes the handoff, now rolls to the right, still rolling, still being chased, now heads upfield, goes around a man at the 40, down to 35, gets infield to the 30, now he's down to the 20, you gotta be kidding me, he's down to the 15, almost down, he's to the 10-yard line.
In 1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust, the one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
Laddie, do you have a fallen tree or a forgotten log? Do you have some old wood planks that'll have a story you'd like to tell? Great. They'll mill it, prepare it, and finish the wood for your unique project. Let them take your storied old wood and turn it into a world-class piece of art. Grit, handcrafted, is something that will be treasured for a lifetime.
Okay, it is halftime here. 42-0, Glacier Peak on top. And there's part of it right there. There's that first touchdown. Taking it in is Michael Darling. And we see right here, look at this. The running for, and everything really working for, look at that, right through the arms right there. And it was great passing for Antler. Antler had 7 pass completions in that first half, Scott.
Yep.
As we see more taking place right here. Plenty of protection, lots of time. There's that touchdown coming up. Making the catch down there is Zachary Albright. Albright had 2 touchdown catches there in that first half. And Glacier Peak, just what they look like is just very well drilled, disciplined, focused, and really sticking within their game.
Yeah.
Look at this. This time the completion, and that was a great looking play to Nolan Andal. And he just worked it around so well to all of his receivers. I mean, everything basically they did worked.
Yeah. Well, they got a good combination. They got the back, that's the power back, and then they got the speed back, and number 7, and that's a good combination to have in high school.
Now this is Smiles right here, the sophomore quarterback, Anthony Smiles for Mariner, and he did his very best to try to do what he could to get anything. Really, it was so difficult. Yeah. And there, the touchdown, that is Kai Brooks, which is the 4th touchdown of the game. Glacier Peak scoring 21 in each quarter. So we're looking at the running clock right out the gate to get things going in the third quarter, second half. And they're going to have the kickoff coming up. That is we have the dissolve to kickoff. And Glacier Peak will kick off to start the second half. So on the kickoff, it's going to be taken by Mariner. That's inside the 10-yard line at the 7. And the return by Kenneth Moore, as he'll bring it just around at the 20-yard line, actually. And that's where Mariner will get started here in the second half. At the end of the game, we'll have the selection of the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game. We'll bring up a offensive player of the game. I'd say right now it's Luke Entler would be the one that looks the best. The quarterback for Glacier Peak has just been spot on in everything he's looked to do tonight. Very much the leader out there, second team all WESCO last year. First and 10 for Mariner. Handoff, and again, we've seen that repeatedly tonight. This time with the football is Monty James, and James will get a yard on the play. But it's going to make it second down and 9 yards to go. Glacier Peak has now outscored their opponents 102-20. Mariners been outscored 140-0. Oh gosh, to be this deep into the season and not have any points as of yet, that is just, it's tough when you're going to practice. As a person who's coached quite a bit there, Scott, how do you keep a team's spirits up at that point in time?
It's really tough. It's unfortunately, I've been on both sides of winning programs and programs that have struggled, and it's you got to look for the little glimmers of hope and build on those things and just do little by little and build them up. But it always comes down back to numbers. I mean, if you look at the Mariner sideline, there's probably 15 kids that are subs, so 26 kids that in the program. It's hard to build the morale.
There was intentional grounding. That's the second time that he's been called for that. I thought in both cases it looked like he was out of there well enough that they said no.
I thought that was too.
Especially on that last one. And the clock just spinning right along there with the running clock at 35 points. So basically, obviously, and just to be fair, it's it's going to be a Glacier Peak victory. So we can just kind of talk about some general sports or football, a different type of things there. And I know we discussed some things before as far as player safety is concerned, and some of the things you're involved in as well.
Yeah, I work for a company called Atavis, and we do rugby-style football tackling. We've done a lot of great things this year, and about attacking the issues and a lot of the things that we discussed earlier offline, and guarding caps and all the things that the NFL guys are doing, and trying to make the game safer. It's the most important thing we can do.
Do you guys? What's your involvement? Because we're seeing some NFL players now, here and there, not very many, but wearing those Guardian caps, which are said to help cushion as far as the concussions. There's as much as maybe 20% more helpful, something along those lines.
Yeah, no. We'll wait for the.
Yeah, we'll go. We'll keep. Oh, there's the punt coming up right here. And that one's going to find its way bouncing out of bounds. Glacier Peak's going to be in great shape once again. And I think at this point, too, with the Grizzlies, you just want to get as many guys out there to play and experience as possible. When you're out at this kind of a score, you definitely want to be looking at your second and third unit out there. And they've got enough players to go that deep.
Well, half of it's sportsmanship, doing the right thing, and getting your younger players in the game, getting them some experience. And, like you said, it's nothing better than playing under the Friday night lights and let these young guys get a little experience still down.
Yeah, and obviously for some of them, late in the game like this, or as we get deeper into the game, and it being one-sided is one of the times they may only get some action out there.
Yep.
Yeah, we got a new quarterback in for Glacier Peak. Now here in the second half, this is Reese Rondo. Reese Rondo, he's a sophomore, 5'10", 150-pounder. Hands off, and that's an 8-yard gain. So nice little work right there.
Yeah, I think, going back to what we were talking about, the helmets and just trying to make people, the guarding cap comes over the top of the helmet. Really was initially designed for the linemen because it's the constant dings when you're playing that create this thing. But now a lot of players are playing with it. Jabril Preppers from the Patriots has got one. He's wearing it right over this helmet logo on the top of it. And, I think kids, these guys realize, as we both probably saw a week ago, or now 2 weeks ago with Tua Tagovailoa with that hit again and another, concussion. It's definitely a concern for everybody. And
over the last decade, there's definitely been more, and certainly in the last 5 years, awareness as far as concussion protocol and just being very careful. Announced a lot of volleyball too, where that ball is coming through like a rocket, and you just got to be real careful when you get hit like that. Of course, in earlier days, us growing up, we were probably not even using bike helmets, but I'm glad they're taking more time to be careful with that and keeping an eye on things. There's a nice strong gain right there, up the middle.
The thing is, you hit it right on the nose. To be quite frank and honest, the amount of information that's out there, the movie Concussion came out, the moms weren't playing, they were not having it, CTE, all those issues that are out there. But to be honest, it's also the narrative that we as coaches and the football, group need to really get out. People don't realize number 1 and number 2 concussions for high school sports. Number 1 is girls soccer. And number 2 is cheerleading, and 3 is football. And so
that's really interesting information.
Yeah.
So it's not like football is the big bad one in all that. It's actually further down the list. There's a flag.
Well, I don't know if you've ever seen it lately, but even in girls soccer, they kind of have their own version of the guardian cap for now girls soccer, mainly because young gals don't have a real strong neck, and they've even talked about it in the girls' game, heading out of the game. I don't know if that's a doable deal.
Wow,
but,
that's. But when you think about it, how many times that does occur?
Yep.
I mean, it's just part of the game, and or it has been, and obviously you want to look at the safety. Now there's a carry. We'll get these names in there for you. That's Blake Jordan. Jordan is going to turn the corner. I thought he got it, Blake Jordan. That's a 16-yard touchdown. And Glacier Peak, Todd's waving to somebody down there. Oh, okay. Todd, we were actually focusing on the game there, but you go ahead and wave down there to.
There he goes.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Hi. There we go. Yeah, there we are up on air. Gotta like that STSPN logo there. The marketing department spent a lot of time putting that one together, and we like it. Nice square block and everything like that. So that was a 16-yard touchdown play, and the clock is still going as it's down to 3:48 as you see, 49-0. Glacier Peak is on top. We'll take a break. Be right back with more. Well, to start the game off, Glacier Peak scored 21 points in the first quarter. All of those were passing plays. One to Luke Fullerton for 13 yards, then another one to Zach Albright for 5, and then one later on for 18 to Zach Albright. So that set the tone, and then the last 4, including the first one here in the third quarter, have been running plays. Kai Brooks, Francis Crocker, Isaiah Olson, and Jordan Blake coming through. So they've really moved it around. And the guy you've been looking at as a lineman, too, who do you like out there, the nose guard?
Yeah, nose guard. I think it's number 66, Dane Chapman.
All right, we'll put him up there high on the list for the Adrenaline Fundraising lineman of the game as part of the player of the game. Again, thanks to our presenting sponsor, Les Schwab Tires. Also, Adrenaline Fundraising with the player of the game sponsor, David Wright, Bickford Ford, Mike and Jason Bickford, Grit Handcrafted Wood, proud parent sponsor, the Larson Brothers. Okay. Mariner with the football. Anthony Smiles will take the snap. Got a little more time out there and is going to go and be taken down. you kind of get to the point where you're rooting for him because he's been working so hard out there tonight. That, but unfortunately, for his sake and Mariners' sake, he just isn't able to capitalize on it. Smiles is just 5'10", 165, but has about 360 pounds of grit going out there as he's had to carry the weight most of the night. Now, that's not your grandson. We saw him up here earlier. Look at it. Oh, Darling. Yeah, so he's got to be connected to Michael Darling. Might be a little brother. Or
yeah.
Second down and 7 yards to go. Long count. Plenty of guys to shoot down out in front of him right there. Here comes the long throw. There you go. You got a little bit too much under that. Oh, there's a nice catch.
Oh.
Great job. Making the catch out there will be Vontae McSwain. Well, gets to show off his arm a little bit, and McSwain really threading the needle in there nicely around all that Glacier Peak coverage. Well, that's just, are they bringing this one back too?
Yeah, I think
oh my gosh. Oh, give him a break. Come on, Zebras. Okay, maybe there was an infraction in there, but these guys need to have a sense of self-worth, of accomplishment.
Absolutely.
Some great crowd shots. You got to love what you're seeing there on Seattle Sports. The app right there, seattlesports.com, and the STSPN on YouTube, or the various media outlets worldwide, and actually interplanetary too. 1 minute to go as our signal goes, just keeps going. Just keeps going. 49-0. Glacier Peak in command. Running Clark has been in place since the beginning of this second half, which is going to see the third quarter come to an end here fairly shortly. Still going, doesn't have the first down. You got the theme out there is it's going to be third down and 3 yards to go. All right, any thoughts at this point in time? Well, we were talking, got to the end of the quarter. We'll take it to the end of the quarter and then come back with the fourth quarter. We'll have post-game interviews coming up. I'm just looking at some of the toys that Todd has added in the offseason there.
That's great work.
Yeah, every year he's taking it up another notch or two.
Yeah.
And he still allows me to come back. So there is the end of the third quarter. It is 49-0 as Glacier Peak is on top. And we'll go to the fourth and final quarter. Grizzlies 49, Mariner nothing. This is STSPN.com and the Seattle Sports app.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
Full practice, switch doctor, request immediate hot extract, take it on.
Here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boat.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
Okay, fresh 12 on the clock, but as you can see, very one-sided if you're just tuning in. Just trying to get some of those names that are handling the football out there and doing blocking and such to make sure we get everybody represented. Your grandson is in here. Now, what's his name? Is he a Star Wars character? He looks like he's got a lightsaber of sorts down there.
His name is Austin.
Austin, great to have you here. How old is Austin?
Austin is 9. He's in the Snohomish School District. He'll be with the arch enemies down the road here.
Okay.
But hopefully playing here.
Does he want to play football too?
He does. He does.
Very good. I bet he spent plenty of time with Grandpa watching games already.
He's actually plays 7-on-7 or the flag football league here in the local Snohomish, and has a lot of fun doing it. And it's been good for him.
Great to get them out in that activity, and of course they have them trained safe as to how to do it the right way. As we've been talking about, plenty of safety features, I'm sure, in 7-on-7.
Yeah, it's funny you say that.
Bring your bike up just a little bit there.
Well, it's funny you say that. They didn't have the guardian caps, for the young guys, and if you go to any high school 7-on-7 thing now, they all wear them, and I think that the young guys need to wear them too. My daughter's not real fond of the tackle football, but I told her, I said, when two young little 9-year-olds run across from each other and crisscross them, they can have just as much.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all relative on the size.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and that's the thing, too, is the perception of, like you were saying, about soccer or cheerleading ahead of football as far as concussions are concerned. Those are stats that need to be, and we certainly want to keep those sports going rock solid and strong as well. But
absolutely,
it all comes to education and people just being aware of what kind of things need to be taken and done, and the innovation of products. What about what is the company that's making these Guardian caps?
I believe that's what the new company's literally called, Guardian Caps.
Guardian Caps is the company, yeah.
We're Adams. We do rugby style football tackling, so we teach it just like the game of rugby. We keep the head out of the game. We literally tell the head to go on the side. We do all the certification for the state of Texas for all the high school coaches down there.
Wow.
And then we offer it here in the state of Washington.
That's a big assignment there for the state of Texas. Yeah. 35,000
coaches.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's it's a big issue that we need to address and do a good job. And let's be perfectly honest. And I don't know if it's in the milk or whatever, but young people are bigger, faster, and stronger.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, there's so much monitoring of the major league athletes. That one's going to be a drop. Vontae McSwain had it but couldn't quite hang on to it. A 49-point lead. It was 21-0 for Glacier Peak at the end of the first quarter, and then 42-0 at halftime. They added another tally last quarter, and 3 on passing and 4 on running. And the last 4 have been on running. So 7 touchdowns in the game, and that's where we stand right now. There's their sophomore quarterback, Anthony Smiles. He drops back. Going to wing it out there again. Up it goes. Oh, almost hauled in out there. That's been his intended receiver on a couple of occasions, but he gave it a good try. He has quite a launch angle on those passes out there. We're having a player attended to. Let's take a break on STSPN.com.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
And 56. Okay, we're back here. It is third down, and Mariner with the football. They're in Glacier Peak territory. Nice to see them moving into that area, that neighborhood. You get to the point, obviously it's a one-sided game. You know, you got to be homers. You got to. There you go. Pass is complete, and that is Devontae McSwain. He hangs on to it this time, and he's been intended for about 4 times in this game. But yeah, obviously Glacier Peak's going to win this game. They're at the running clock. It's been that way the entire second half. But you want to see Mariner do some positive things out there. Well, so we actually are actively rooting for Mariner at this point.
Well,
we know Glacier Peak's going to win it, but let's hope the Mariner can get let's see them get on the scoreboard, huh?
Yeah.
All right?
That was an impressive throw, to be honest. Left hash, passed it out to
the
right hash.
Smiles will take the snap. Nice 360. Nice. And he's got running room. There you go.
There
he's got the first down. He's showing his athletic ability out there. Austin's enjoying it. Austin's got his jumping man hat on. There you go.
I think, unfortunately, I think Glacier Peak kids
are. Oh, gee, I see the flag out there. So how many grandchildren do you have?
We have 6.
Oh, my goodness.
Got 3 in Oregon and 3 up here in the state of Washington.
Now, and then while we're at it, let's talk about, is it your stepson, your son?
Stepson.
Stepson, who is a special teams coach for the Oregon Ducks?
Yes, he is.
Well, talk some more about him. We haven't talked about him for a while. He used to be at Penn State.
Yep.
He was there for several years and then came out west. And
yeah, he's at Oregon now, and with Coach Lanning, they have the weekend off. He's actually high school recruiting tonight in the city of Portland. Then his former boss at Central Washington, Blaine Bennett, will be here next week playing against Glacier Peak. And so kind of a whirlwind way of the world we live in. And so pretty impressive that Blaine's coming out here, bringing a team from Idaho to play Glacier Peak.
This is Post Falls, Idaho,
yeah. I think it's 4 o'clock next Saturday, so I'm going to come out and watch that game a little bit too. So it'll be fun.
So Glacier Peak, their first 4 weeks, they're playing at 3 of the first 4 weeks, playing at, home games, but actually all 4 of the first week games are here because they played Snohomish last week and won 27-0. Well, that's great. So, I know, and we've talked about this in between games about you and again, the name of your son-in-law and his position down there.
Joe Lorig, and he's the special teams coordinator.
How did he climb up make his way up the ladder to get to D1 and everything? I mean, that is some serious moves and commitment, obviously.
You hit it right on the nose. He actually started at Western Oregon University for playing for Blaine Bennett. And then his good friend is Chris Ball, who was a longtime coach out of Alabama, Washington State. Said you need to leave and go to Idaho State. Went there, and then long story short, went to Central Washington, was the defensive coordinator there, and then has been to Memphis, Penn State, Arizona State, and now in Oregon. And him, Lanning, Norvell are all together at Memphis.
Okay.
So quite a connection of guys that are all there together. Good brain trust.
Yeah, it's just really fun to talk about how, and I'll look at different coaching trees and such, and just, okay, how did this person get to hear the connection, why, different ones working together, and that, obviously you want to have that cohesion. Has he, okay, so he does special teams. He did that at Penn State as well.
Yep.
Through the years, what has, like at Memphis, what did he do special teams there too?
He did special teams, and they had said, unfortunately, had not a good record. There had been 20 years where they had not returned a kickoff return, and then by the time he left, he and Tony Pollard set the record from the NCAA with 7 there. And then a real proud moment 2 weeks ago against Boise State in a really tough game. They had a kickoff return and a punt return to the house to basically beat Boise State. So it was quite a game.
Yeah.
It's, and so it's a very proud moment to be a part of that whole deal. So it was good.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And now, obviously, still the local sense of they're now with the Huskies and USC and UCLA in the Big Ten, which we're all getting adjusted to so many changes. You were telling me before we went on the air tonight about let's talk about that too. Washington State, or the Pac-2 to Pac-6. It's officially called the Pac-12 still.
Yeah.
But they're looking at adding 4 more teams from really quite around the country. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, the 4 teams are Tulane, Memphis, UTSA, and South Florida. And again, I just beg the question. You and I both feel the same way. What's this doing for the student athlete? Let's just take basketball and football off the plate. We're talking about the golf team, the lacrosse team, the swim team, the volleyball team, and we got these kids going all across the country. I think Cal, right now they're going to lead the country. They're going to travel 22,000 miles this season for their football program. I mean, and we can argue about the student athlete model and all that kind of stuff, but if we really truly want to have these kids be student athletes, we've got these kids really making some tough flights, and they're not charter flights. Those kids are on the Spirits and the Frontiers, and they're having the rough time, and they're doing all the things to make it happen. So it's tough. It's I just think we've got to look at the big picture. I think at the end of the day, we all know kind of where they want it. They want to make 2 Super Leagues, the SEC and the Big Ten.
Yeah.
So let's just rip off the Band-Aid. Let's make that happen, and let everything else settle. And I think some of the smaller programs probably would like to get out of this rat race that's we're talking about. The millions of dollars that are out there.
Oh yeah.
Having to keep up with the Joneses and stuff like that. I think Coach Saban was at Alabama 17 years. In 17 years, they've redone their locker room 7 times.
Oh, jeez.
So about every 2 years. So, you think about it, and then, you get some of these other programs, they've had the same weight room for the last 30 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's been,
They got to have barber shops in them and bowling alleys and just to stay up again with the Joneses, the whole thing, and it is difficult for the Washington States, the Oregon States, the South Florida, Tulanes, the ones we're talking about. Not to mention you just go, and I've got a business background and degree too, along with the broadcasting. I just don't see how it balances out on the balance sheet.
Yeah.
I just don't see how it works. To me, I see red ink all over the place.
Yeah, well, to be honest, it's we all know who's controlling it. It's the news, the broadcast people, the ESPNs, the CBSs, those guys. And the reality is who's paying the price. And now, everybody will say, well, we got NIL. Okay, that's great too. But it's not as rosy as everybody tries to make it out to be. Obviously, the quarterbacks, those guys always get the big money. It's the other guys that don't get the money.
Right,
that kind
that's
of stuff,
correct.
So
49-0 here at Snohomish, and it's Glacier Peak up, leading Mariner, just kind of getting on, talking some other aspects of football, college sports. And, there's some of that NIL money can go into the high schools, too, school players.
Well, it's funny you said that. I work for, I own a company called Student Athlete Advocates, and I've been contacted this last year about 3 or 4 times to come out and talk about the NIL. State of Washington, WIA's rules, they don't have a rule on it.
Yeah.
So they just basically say you cannot wear any uniform likes and things like that.
Yeah.
And they can't do it. Well, now they're talking about some kid down in Alabama because Alabama doesn't have an NIL rule. He's going to lose out on $1.2 million.
Oh.
What they're saying is a high school kid.
Oh, that's
so. I don't know if a high school kid needs to get $1.2 million.
But it sets
here.
a precedent.
Yeah, we're here. We've got to have a way to do it. And then, are we losing the true amateurism and what we're really supposed to be out here for?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not fun that Mariners losing the way they are tonight. But
right.
At the end of the night, 40 years from now, when they're hanging out at the pub over there near Mariner High School, having to, remember that night we got slacked.
Yeah.
Like, GP, and they'll probably say it was only 21-0.
Yeah.
We all know how that works. So it's, that's my big thing. We're kind of losing what this really should be about, and trying to make these kids have great experiences.
Yeah, it's been a great experience for Glacier Peak tonight, and not so much, obviously, for Mariner, except just getting some experience and getting their 3 deeps and 2 deeps out there. For Mariner, they don't have a huge group of players out there as it is, 26. And so you've just got to get as much experience as you can and learning done out there. It's actually like it is a game practice.
Yeah. That's nice.
Still
to see
counts in the standing, of course.
Well, that's nice to see the Mariner kids playing hard to the very end, even that last play. That shows a lot about their program and the character of their kids.
Yeah, you just got to keep plugging away and then go to work on Monday and start preparing for next week. Which is
Lake Stevens.
It is Lake Stevens. So this one's winding down. 2 seconds, 1 and 49-0 is the final score. Glacier Peak Grizzlies get it done. 42 of those 49 scored in the first half. And we'll take a break, and then we'll have interviews with the players of the game, which will be both Glacier Peak players, Lucas Entler, and then also we've got that nose guard you want to talk to, Cade Willis will have come up here. So we'll take a break. It's STSPN.com and Seattle Sports app.
Seattle Sports on 710 is your radio home for the Seattle Mariners.
Back and over the wall for a home run.
Every home run, every strikeout, every Mariners win.
Swing and a miss and a slider, strike 3, and it's over.
And catch the game on your smartphone. Download the Seattle Sports app to stream the radio broadcast of every Mariners game.
Goodbye, baseball. A walk-off 2-run home run.
Seattle Sports is your home for the Mariners.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
All right, here we go. Mark Aucutt with you, and we have Cade Willis and Lucas Entler. Great job as quarterback and right there on the line getting the job done. You guys just didn't waste any time. It was really interesting out the gate as you decided to take two different kickoffs. We've never seen that before. And tell us about that. We went into the thoughts there where they kicked off and landed out of bounds at the 18, scheduled to go out to the 40. So no, we're not going to. We're going to go ahead and take the penalty. And then you go ahead, then they went out, did it again, kicked it down to the 18. And he said, no, we'll go ahead and have them kick it again. And then it worked out from there. Tell us about that.
Well, on the sideline, it sounded like we kind of wanted to keep pushing them back until they got a safety. Like, if you keep kicking it out of bounds, we'll keep pushing you back, you know. But yeah, we trusted our offense. We just wanted as much field space as we can. We just wanted to go down there and score.
What about from your aspect there of the game you had tonight? You stood out. Scott, you have a question on that?
Oh, just you guys dominated them up front and did a great job. With you guys stay with the game plan, just dominate from the beginning.
Yeah. All practice this week was just dominate up front. Last 2 weeks we kind of rough up front with the run game. Obviously last game against Snohomish, second half we picked it up. But we just want to get out there and set the tone, show what GP football's about, and just rock.
Look very business-like out there. Like you guys just drilled, focused, everything along those lines. That's what we were watching. I use the term well-oiled machine. Yeah, that's how it seemed. It's like and you guys had played together for some time. That you guys had a game approach and stayed right with it and got it done quick to get it to the running clock.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm proud of my guys. My O-line came out here and 0 sacks. We always love that, right? Yeah, this offense just came. We're trying to work our offense because our defense has been locked up here. The board for the second week in a row, so shout out to all my guys. But yeah, I'm proud of the offense that we came through tonight. Put a lot of points on the board. That's what we want to do.
Your passing, you got things started early on with that going. First 3 touchdowns were passes, then the running. There's a lot of people involved in getting their names in the box score on this one.
Yeah, we love that. We're big on progression throughout our program, so anytime we can get the JV kids out here, that's what we want to do. But yeah, shout out everybody. I'm so proud of everybody for being out here and being able to play. I think everyone stepped foot on the field at least once, so yeah, that's awesome.
So now it is, let's see, 109 to 20. You're outscoring the opponents. That's pretty sharp, huh?
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, big shout out to defense. 2 shutouts in a row. And we had that first game to Juanita. But yeah, offense stepped up big tonight, which really helped that point differential.
That's great. Scott, you got anything else you want to add? All right, guys, thanks a lot. Oh, hold the shirts up. Yeah, the Adrenaline Fundraising players of the game right there. There you go.
Hey, STSPN, I appreciate you guys.
Hey, thanks a lot. Hey, you get it. Thanks a lot. It's great to be part. Now you're on not only STSPN.com, but the Seattle Sports app, which is tied in with Seahawks and the Mariners too.
Big time, guys are big.
We love Glacier Peak.
Big time.
We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right, we'll let you guys go about your business. Yeah, we'll talk to you here in just a minute. All right, we wrapping it up, or that'll wrap it up from here at Snohomish Veterans Memorial Stadium. Mark Aucutt, I got headphone here going on. You put those on all night now, so it's sticking up. Anyway, so you guys take care. We'll talk to you next time. Next week's game, we'll bring Todd will have that for you posted on the screen. Take care, everybody. Final score 49-0. Glacier Peak defeating Mariner. I'm Mark Aucutt, and also
Scott Liago.
And we have Austin over here too. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.
Seattle Sports on 710 is your radio home for the Seattle Mariners.
Back and over the wall for a home run.
Every home run, every strikeout, every Mariners win.
Swing and a miss and a slider, strike 3, and it's over.
And catch the game on your smartphone. Download the Seattle Sports app to stream the radio broadcast of every Mariners game.
Goodbye, baseball. A walk-off 2-run home run.
Seattle Sports is your home for the Mariners.